Hello, YouTube world. This is Kim Floyd, nurse practitioner, soon to be Kim Cooper. I am coming to you from the mountains of North Carolina. I have been making a video a week using the upward spiral card deck, addressing one card a week. And before I start, I wanted to talk to you about setting goals because part of me, after having an extremely busy week, felt like I don't have time to make this video today. But I set a goal. I did my first video on January 1st, and I said there's 52 cards in this deck. I'm going to do one card a week. And so the card I picked this week is a short card. So I'm going to use this time to just talk about goals. It's important to set goals. We're not always able to accomplish those goals. But as I mentioned in an earlier video, when we do accomplish the goal, it does give us a little boost of dopamine, which is good. And that's one of those neurotransmitters that helps us feel good and helps lift us out of our depressive symptoms. So each one of these little cards, each one does something to help us. When you start incorporating all of these skills and you start to build new habits, then that's how we begin to reverse that spiral of depression, which tends to be a downward spiral. We start to reverse it and start to lift ourselves up out of it. So me sitting here doing this video when I thought I don't have time to do this video, um, is just one small way to actually meet my goal. Because when I do this, then I could say, well, I've done it. I checked that off my list. And then I've got other things. I've got too many screens open, post-it notes everywhere. But it's good because sometimes when you get exhausted with all the things that you have to do, but you look at it and you realize that all of these things I am doing because I'm building something. I am working on something. I am doing something for myself, doing something for my family, doing something for my life. And some of the discomfort that you have while you're building things is, I think it's kind of like if you ever went to the gym and you lifted some weights, and then for like the days after that, your muscles are all sore, and it's like it hurts, and pain is never comfortable, but it's the kind of pain that lets you know you're getting stronger. So being tired, feeling, overwhelmed by the number of things on your to-do list can be a lot, but it's good when you find yourself in that spot to take a minute, take a breath, think about where you are, think about what you're working toward. And of course, if there are things on that list that are not serving you and they're not serving your goals, your ultimate goals, then maybe you can take them off of your list. What are some examples of things that you would have on your list that are making you feel overwhelmed that aren't necessary? I think that when you go through your list and you think of all the things and you actually um, you look at them one at a time, you can kind of evaluate, like, if I accomplish this, does this serve my purpose? Does this serve what my long-term goals are, and does this bring me joy? So, and I think it's very individual to the person. So for example, when my kids were teenagers and I would get home from work and nobody did the dishes, it was very frustrating. And I didn't want to come home and do the dishes. But eventually I thought, well, our lives are very, like, it's very stressful to come home and like just fight constantly with two teenagers about doing the dishes. So I purchased paper plates. Now, that's not a thing that a lot of people would be happy doing. Some people don't like the waste of the plates. Some people like to wash their dishes. Some people think it's important to teach those teenagers to wash dishes. Um, Overall, I thought a happier, stress-free home is more important. And if paper plates help serve that goal, then it's paper plates. And I have to tell you, I have two grown adults now who are very responsible. They have a wonderful work ethic. They take care of their houses, and nobody was harmed in the paper plate fiasco from 10, 15 years ago. Nobody was harmed in that. But again, every single one of us is an individual. We all have different priorities. We all have different things that are important to us. So it's a question when you go through your own list, what's important to you? What things, can you maybe take off of your list? Because overall, they're not really serving you. They're not bringing you joy. They're not serving your goals. And they might just not be that important. Okay, now that I have said that, to complete my goal for the week, it is to read this card to you. And the card that we have this week is card number 26. It is an action card, and this is a simple one. It says, get warm. That's right, warm. Temporary. Drink some water. Let's try that again. I didn't really drink the water, so it didn't help. Okay, get warm. Temporarily raising your body temperature helps with depressive symptoms and stimulates the brain region to produce serotonin. Serotonin is one of those happy chemicals, and we like it. So examples to get yourself warm are you can take a hot bath or a hot shower, wrap yourself in a comfy blanket or wear a thick sweater. One of those snugglies, those blankets with the hoods and they got the little pockets in the front. I've got one somewhere. Oh, if I thought this out more, I would just wear that for this video. Anyway, that does sound like a lot of work, and I'm almost through this. So the thought of going through those boxes to find that snuggly doesn't bring me joy. So we're going to skip that. Anyway, you get the picture. Wrap yourself in a comfy blanket or thick sweater, or use a space heater, or relax in a sauna. I don't have a sauna nearby, but there is a space heater behind me and a very comfy dog. Space heater is not on, actually. So yeah, the last couple of days, we're here at the end of February. The last couple of days, the temperatures have gotten near 60. It was sunny and warm yesterday. And actually, when I walked out of work, and I just felt it, just that sunshine. And it brings me a sense of hope too, because I think when springtime comes, you see, it's just like the new life is just sprouting. At this time of year in Western North Carolina, I see daffodils. And when I see the daffodils, it brings me joy because I know that spring brings hope and warmth. And it just makes me happy. The sunshine. So what makes you happy? What's your favorite source of warmth? Is it the snuggly? Is it an electric blanket? Is it a big dog? Let me know what you think. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for joining me. And please remember to like this video and click follow so that you can be notified when I do a new card each week. Just one small skill, building those habits that help lift us out of depression, reverse that spiral, and help us learn how to enjoy our lives, have a little happiness, a little sunshine, and a little bit of hope. So again, thank you for joining me. Namaste.